Hello, everyone. This is Professor Nameless Kitsune. Welcome to another video where I show my face. Today, I'm going to present to you some of my coin and currency collection. Today's topic, inflation. And I'm going to help you visualize what inflation is by using some of my collection. So, here we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, today we're going to take a look at inflation in the United States of America. And I'm going to help you understand what inflation is by using some visual aids from my coins and currency collection. Let me first introduce you to three of my friends. A $100 bill from 1950, a $100 bill from 2006, and a $100 bill from 2017. These three $100 bills were issued and printed during three distinctive periods of history in America. We have the 1950 $100 bill, which was printed and issued shortly after World War II. The $100 bill from 2006, which was printed and issued shortly before the 2008 economic crisis. And the 2017 $100 bill, which was printed just after the start of Mr. Trump's first term. Three distinctive periods of time, three different kinds of economic reality. And we're going to begin today's visualization by using our friend, the oldest $100 bill that I possess in my collection, the 1950 $100 bill. As you can see, the 1950 serial number here. The signatures, the serial numbers. I'm going to show you here the back of it. There we go. We're going to use this as the basis of analysis, the basis of our inflationary visualization. We're going to use $100 in 1950 as the basis, and we're going to see how much value and purchasing power the US dollar have lost for the past 75 years. So, how do I know how much money it would take to buy things after 1950? Well, there's a pretty handy website that I use. You can search up on Google US inflation calculator, and it should be the first website that comes through. In the website, you can type in the amount of money you want to analyze, and it will show you how much it is worth in a certain later year. So as you can see, I'm going to put this closer to the camera. I began with $100 in 1950, and the website gives me automatic calculation of the cumulative inflation rate each year and how much it would take to buy the same thing that costed $100 in 1950 in later years. So let's begin following this list all the way up to 2025, which is where we are at now. Every year after 1950, starting from 1951, I'm going to put a pile of money here to demonstrate the loss of value and the loss of purchasing power of this $100 bill. So just remember, we are at 1950 here. And on this side, I'm going to show you from 1951 and on, all the way until our current year. So in 1951, the cumulative inflation rate was 7.9%, which means in 1951, for the same thing, it would cost $107 and $88. This is 50 cents, 75, 80, 85, and 88. So this just gives you an example. We're assuming that we're starting in 1950 with an item that cost $100. In 1951, the US dollar has lost 7.9% of his purchasing power, which means for the same item, it would cost $7.88 more to buy. Same item, but 1 year later, technically, it would cost $7.88 more to buy. Now, pricing change is not as simple as this, but this is technically how inflation works. It's the loss of value, meaning for the same item, it would now cost more money to buy because the money itself has lost value. It has lost purchasing power. And then I'm going to show you snapshots of year after year of how much the US dollar has lost purchasing power, has lost its value. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've done counting. And this huge pile is $1,347. And we're going to add 40, 90, 70, sorry, lost my ability to count here. We're going to add 72 cents onto this pile. It's this is 50, 60, 65, 70, 2 cents. This is $1,347.72. This is how much it would cost to buy something today that would have only costed 100 in 1950. So in 1950, something cost $100. The same thing today would cost $1,347.72 to buy. Meaning, for the past 75 years, there has been 1,247.7% of accumulated inflation rate. Meaning, for the past 75 years, the US dollar have lost this much of purchasing power. The same item would cost this much more to buy now versus 50 years ago. Like I said before, pricing is not as easy as demonstrated here, but this gives you a rough idea, a visualization of how much we have lost in the purchasing power of our precious dollar.